Hey there, my name's Drew Brashler, and in this video, I want to talk about the ultimate Behringer WING compact setup. Now, if you're brand new to my channel, I'm all about helping you feel more confident with your production gear no matter where you're starting from. Also, if you are looking for some weekly tips and tricks, head over to my website at audiotoolkit.co, where you can sign up for my newsletter for free and get some of my favorite tips and tricks weekly into your inbox. Otherwise, let's go ahead and dive in on this. Now, I have my WING compact, and I wanted to talk about my favorite setup. If I was going to be touring with this thing every single day, this would be the setup that I would love to have, to be able to take this on the road just like this. So the ultimate setup that I would have for the Behringer WING compact is I have the Behringer WING compact. Second, I have an internal Waves SoundGrid module inside the Behringer WING, utilizing the two ports on the back of the console for my Waves SoundGrid network. Next, I would have a WING-Dante card on the external module. So with these two cards, that gives me 64 by 64 channels on my Waves SoundGrid network over the external two ports on the back of my console. And then that also gives me 64 by 64 Dante connectivity on my expansion card for a separate network. Now, the great thing about Dante is we can connect to pretty much any other device that uses Dante. So if I needed to share some I/O with another console, I can do that. So if, for instance, the venue was using a Yamaha system, I could simply go ahead and select one of my outputs to be on Dante, connecting into their system, and that would be a very easy way for me to configure this into the system of that show. The other thing that we can do with that is utilize a computer for some recording, for instance, if we wanted to. Now, the other option is you could have the WING Live card, which would allow you to have your SD cards recording 64 by 64, but I want to have the extra ability to be able to connect to some wireless devices from Shure, for instance, over Dante. So Dante with Shure devices is on the Shure Axient, our Shure QLXD, our Shure ULXD, as long as we're in the dual channels or bigger. Now, the next thing that I love about the Behringer WING compact is that there are 24 channels on the back of this console. They are the Midas Pro Series preamps, and they sound fantastic. Now, I have 24 physical inputs on this console, and I only have 8 outputs on this console. Now, one of my favorite ways of adding more connectivity on my outputs is using Stage Connect. Now, the Behringer WING brought us Stage Connect, and I have the Midas DN4816-O here. And I simply have a normal XLR connecting between it and my Stage Connect port on the back of the console, and that allows me to have 32 channels total. So it can be bidirectional, but it's 32 channels in total over a single XLR. Now, if you are going longer than, say, 50 feet, I would be utilizing a DMX style cable, which would allow me to go up to 40 meters with the entire Stage Connect network that you would have over this single XLR, which is great. Now, this allows me to have 16 additional line level XLR outputs on top of the 8 that I have on the back of this board. So if I was in a self-contained unit, I can simply have this along with my WING compact, and now I have 24 inputs and 24 outputs available to me. And this doesn't even touch adding in a stage box. The next thing that you could take this and make it one step farther is by adding a DL32 onto our AES-50 line, which would give us 32 channels over our AES line coming into the console. And then that would also give us 16 channels of outputs available to us, for instance, if you were using that on the stage. Now, I am just reminding you, the AES-50 protocol only uses shielded Cat5e or Cat5 connections and cable. And you do have to have the shield actually connected to the RJ45 on each side of the cable. This is going to ensure the best audio quality, no pops, no sync issues, no dropouts over that cable. So the X32 was able to get 100 meters on our AES-50 line. The Wing is 80 meters on the AES-50 lines. And it does need to be shielded Cat 5 with the Neutrik connectors on either side with the shield attached to the RJ45 on each side. Now, why can't I use Cat 6? That's because Cat 6 is a different type of cable. Their coils are coiled tighter on Cat 6 than they are on Cat 5. So for a short run, yes, you could definitely get away with using Cat 6. However, on longer runs, because of that coil that's going to be a tighter wind, you actually are going to reduce the length of the cable that you can run on Cat 6. So you do need to have a Cat 5 or Cat 5e shielded cable. So off of my soapbox now, back to this console. So by utilizing a DL32 up on stage, we now have 32 inputs on the stage, 16 outputs on the stage. We have 24 inputs on our console. We now have 24 outputs using the 8 outputs on the console, and then our 16 extra outputs using the Stage Connect. Now, this would be my favorite setup. Not only do I have the ability of utilizing all of my Waves plugins, I also have the ability of utilizing Dante for connectivity with other consoles or with wireless receivers. And I also have so much I/O built into the local console plus the Stage Connect for an extra 16. And we have the ability of adding in stage boxes where we need to. So this would be my favorite type of setup with the Behringer WING Compact. And honestly, I would choose this over a lot of different consoles out there because of the capabilities of this system. Now, I hope this video was helpful for you today. If you do happen to have any questions or have some ideas of videos or setups that I should try for you, pop those comments down into the comment section down below, as I'm always reading through those comments to find videos that are going to be helpful for you. If you haven't already, make sure to check out my website at drewbrashler.com, where I have some downloads that you can purchase and download for presets for your Behringer WING with some of my favorite settings that I use for anywhere from alto saxophone to trumpet to kick drums to electric guitars, keys, vocals, the whole thing. So check that out over at my website. Otherwise, I hope you have a great day.